So a mad story that I've come across over the past couple of days is this Jay Slater disappearance. Now, this is extremely bizarre. I've looked at a number of different videos just to kind of give you a backstory. This guy's gone over to Tenerife, gone out partying, linked up with some known drug dealers, gone back to the Airbnb. Since then, the guy's disappeared. He hasn't been seen. I believe it's been about 3 weeks. There has been a search and rescue mission for this young man, and it hasn't been successful. The family looking for him. Now there's reports suggesting that the UK police will get themselves involved. Let's look at the latest updates surrounding Jay Slater. Big up BS Media. They're the ones that have been covering a lot of this content. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, and let's check this out now.
Public transport. He knew the next bus was coming in 2 hours. Instead, he hot foots it up a mountain into the middle of nowhere. That to me seems like someone who doesn't want to be found. He doesn't want to be seen.
The disappearance of Jay, in my opinion, is looking more promising every day for some sort of answer. However, the survival rate is almost at 0 due to the duration of the disappearance. Now, Lucy seems a little angry over on TikTok, actually replying to comments, a little like Brad, who released his statement.
So for those that don't know who Lucy is, I've recently discovered that Lucy is his partner or his brethren. There's actually a picture going around of Lucy with one of the alleged drug dealers, one of the people that took Jay to the bed and breakfast. Now, no one's confirmed if it's her, but a lot of people are making the assumption that it is.
On Instagram, saying for everyone to back off. Well, Lucy put this. She said, like I've said a few times before, you deleted it. The woman who posted this said it was a week before he went missing. One look on my Insta and you can see we went on the 12th and arrived on the 13th. And it's the photo of Aya with a girl whose back is turned, and we don't know if it is exactly Lucy. And the girl responded saying, I haven't deleted anything. My comments are filtered. And Lucy did actually reply, first of all, to the photo saying, some detective you are. Now, also, Mark has gone ahead and give us a huge update over on Twitter, as we know he is following the investigation very fully.
We know the two men that took Jay back to their rental apartment were key people to speak to. And as a result, I've now spoken in some detail to one of these men, Ayub Kasim, who was known as Johnny Vegas. And I've also identified the other male that was with him, but I've not yet spoken to him. Ayub has provided me with his account of what he says happened on that morning.
And this is meant to be one of the main suspects. I'm interested to hear what he's got to say.
Monday, the 17th of June. He says he was on the strip. Jay wanted to carry on partying, and he said he had nowhere to stay, so he said he could come back to his. They say in the car, they played music and chatted before stopping to get a drink at a cafe, at a shop, just prior to entering the mountains. He says he was driving, his friend was in the passenger seat, and Jay was in the back. They say on arrival at the rental, his friend opened the door, went into the left, and went straight to sleep. Jay walked in behind, followed by him, and when gone inside, they went upstairs, and Ayub then said to Jay, the sofa's yours, here's a towel, here's a blanket, have a shower if you want. Jay asked for a cigarette, and Ayub said, I've got some Camel cigarettes, and put one on the side.
What I really want to know is, what were these two guys doing in this Airbnb? Were they on holiday? There's other reports coming out to suggest that this so-called guy is cool with Potter Paper. As we do know, recently Potter Paper's calf was actually robbed.
Yeah, and you know we're live. We've got your plaques, pussy. Look at these, man. No hitting in the church. Where? Where? Let me take all these 3-year-olds as well. Take all the weed. I'm taking a PS5 as well, you pussy, yo.
He has a weed calf over in Tenerife, and that weed calf was robbed. Now, I'm not too sure if it's linked with this situation. There's a lot of reports suggesting that the guy who hired the Airbnb, who took Jay to the Airbnb, is actually a drug dealer. When I first heard that report, I actually thought, yeah, this guy Jay's doing up OT in Tenerife. They've got him doing up OT in Tenerife. But I don't know. I'm not too sure now.
Jay then asked for a phone charger. He said, go into my friend's room, he's asleep, take his charger, and you can put your phone on charge. There was no charging point by the sofa. Ayub says he then goes to sleep, and he's woken by a buzzer. Ayub says he comes down the stairs. Jay says to him, what's that annoying noise? Which was the doorbell. Ayub says he opens the door and speaks to a woman and a man, and they gestured that he needed to move his car. Ayub says...
So he had a car. So the guy that hired the Airbnb had a car. But I'm pretty sure the initial report I read was the guy Jay was asking people where the bus stop was or how long the bus was going to be. Why would he be asking for bus times? And why would he be waiting on a bus if the guy that he's with is driving? And it's 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning at these times. I'm confused. I'm really, really confused.
Gets into his car and he started to move it, and he looks in the rearview mirror and he sees Jay talking to a woman. He's got his trainers on, so he's about to leave. Jay then says to Ayub, having moved the car, the woman says, I can get a bus every 10 minutes. And Ayub says, he says to him, mate, just chill out. I'll drop you off in town when I wake up properly.
That makes sense.
He went, no, I'm hungry. I need to get a scram. And the woman told me I can get a bus every 10 minutes to Los Cristianos. Ayub says, he replies, there's no bus coming. This is my green door. If you need me. He says he shut the door. Jay walks away and he goes back to sleep. He then says he gets a call from a friend of Jay's who says that he's in a ditch somewhere and has been cut by a cactus. The evidence still strongly supports that Jay left the Airbnb suddenly, walked for 30 minutes before wandering off-road, where at 08:49 and 08:50 on the Monday he dropped a location pin. However, as part of this investigation, we have sought to identify and speak with as many people that Jay had contact with whilst in Tenerife. The result of this digging has opened up an established criminal network with links to drugs, violent crime and theft. You will appreciate that at this stage I cannot expand any further on what we now know. However, at this stage I'm unable to say if this network has anything to do with Jay's disappearance, but remain open-minded as we continue to investigate.
So they have found a drug network, a group of people in Spain that are trafficking drugs, selling drugs, setting up trap, doing up OT. That's literally what man's doing. I actually thought they took Jay to the Airbnb for the same thing. He'd be trapping in the Airbnb. Every time the nitties come, he'll go out and bust the nitties the shots. That's how the thing works. But it doesn't seem like this is the case. Jay's left in the morning. He's asking for bus times. He decides to not even get on the bus and he walked. The Airbnb was about 15 to 20 miles away from the party location that they picked him up from. I don't understand why Jay decided to walk and continue walking. If he knew he had no battery, why did he just not go back to the two brothers at the Airbnb and get them to drop him back? I just don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. Something isn't sitting right here.
I've had no involvement with the physical search. Mine has been the investigation. But to help, I've asked my team to pull together an interactive map which will show the areas that have been searched both by the Guardian Civil, local search and rescue teams and a local search team who were joined by TikToker Callum.
Now, just to quickly mention as well, he said that Jay was in a ditch and had been cut by a cactus. How have they not been able to trace this? I mean, they've had dogs, they've had a search and rescue team, they've covered miles and miles of footpath and grass and land, and they haven't found any evidence of DNA, blood, anything. No human being in a ditch, no blood near cactuses. Like, unless they haven't done a thorough search, but that wouldn't make any sense.
That team have been very crucial in terms of covering areas on foot. I also want to reach out to anybody else that's searched the area. Please provide me with your records of search areas, and then I can put that into a map and we can have as good a definitive map as possible. My thoughts at this time remain with Jay's family and friends.
Now, it does seem like Mark is starting to nail this on the head. More and more days we're starting to get some more evidence. Now, what I think is super important, and I believe we need to go back to, is the neighbour's interview. Let's go ahead and take a listen again, because I think people are missing out some seriously key information here.
I saw the boy in the morning at around 8 a.m. He asked twice what time the bus came. I told him at 10 o'clock. He came back and asked me again, and I told him again at 10 o'clock. After that, he walked off and I didn't see him anymore.
Why would he ask twice? Didn't he get the answer the first time? Why is he asking again?
Later, I went in my car and I saw him. He was walking fast.
Later? How late are we talking? And why was this guy walking fast? I mean, this is so confusing. This is a guy that had 1% battery, a guy that had an opportunity to charge his phone, but for some reason didn't charge it, decided to leave in the morning, although the people that he was with had a car to drop him back. I mean, this is just not sitting right. There's something fishy going on here, bro.
I didn't see him again after that.
So we know the lady saw Jay before 10 a.m. as she said the next bus is at 10, and then she says after that he walked off and I didn't see him anymore. And again, like I said before, she says later I went to my car and saw him again walking fast. To me, there could be way more details this woman could give to help out more. Where exactly later did she see Jay? Because if she was in her car and she is a local, she'd be able to say the exact location. Now, Jay Slater's friends have spoken out to the press again. I'm guessing it's Lucy and Brad. They've said, Jay Slater's friends say we ain't drug mules as missing 90-year-old mother. Issues update on 20th of Tenerife search. Jay Slater's friend has insisted they are not drug mules as a search for the missing 19-year-old nears the end of this third week. As conspiracy theories and fake videos have swirled around on social media, Brad Hargraves, who went on holiday to Tenerife with Slater and described him as his best mate, has tried to set the record straight. After flying out to the island for 3 days NRG Music Festival, Mr. Hargreaves said he's experienced vile trolls on social media. There's some reports thinking I'm involved in it all is beyond me. He said we've been mates for years, came on our first holiday together, and unfortunately this has happened.
So this is Jay's best friend, you know, and a lot of people have, you know, jumped to the conclusion that he could be involved. Maybe they're right. Maybe him and this girl Lucy are involved. Maybe they're all involved. Maybe Jay is still alive. Maybe they're trying to, you know, get money somehow. I don't know. Reports suggested that Jay had stolen a £12,000 watch. And maybe the people that he stole that watch from were adamant that they needed that money back as soon as possible. And, you know, they weren't going to let him go until they got that money back. A few days later, there was a GoFundMe account that was published by this girl Lucy. A few days after that, that GoFundMe account had generated over £50,000. What are they doing with that money? Are they using that money for the investigation? Or is that the money that could potentially be used for the replacement of the watch? I don't know. I mean, 50 grand is way more than a 12 grand watch. So they've definitely got a profit on there. But I don't know. I'm confused. Like, what is really going on here? Is Jay in trouble? Or is Jay just playing a game? Is this a money-making scheme? What is this? We need to find out.
We ain't drug mules or whatever. People need to know the facts before talking shit on the internet. Slater's heartbroken mother, Debbie Duncan, has also issued a fresh update. Debbie and family would like to thank local hiking group who have worked tirelessly planning routes and searching for Jay. They are extremely overwhelmed with the kindness of them all. Thank you. Now, this was all spoken out after it was revealed that Jay's family can use their own search and rescue team in Tenerife, Spanish police have said. Now, people like this don't deserve to comment on the case and need to educate themselves. A photo was taken of Jay's dad holding his phone up, taking a photo casually. And of course someone tweets saying, out looking for my son, but wait till I get a selfie just so people believe me. Now, as you can see,
people are cold and heartless, I swear to you.
Jay Slater's dad, he's got his phone out. Yes. Does he really look like he's taking a selfie in this location? Ask yourself the question. Clearly he's got his phone out, looking over the ridge, or maybe even zooming in to see if he can see anything on his camera. Why on earth would he be taking a selfie? He seems to have earned people respect. From what I've read, his dad is the only one that's been seen out, actually searching the terrains, looking for his son. Hopefully Mark can stop.
Unlike his mother and friends, and that's crazy that she said that. There was a video going around whilst the mother was in Tenerife, and I'm not too sure how true this is, but she was dancing in the pub whilst in Tenerife. This is after, allegedly, her son has gone missing.
Start cracking some more people over the next couple of days, and if we get the UK police out to Tenerife and start interrogating a few more people just that little bit harder, I think one person will talk more. They just need a little bit of persuading.
Now this is a very interesting situation that is taking place. I'm extremely confused. I don't know what to believe. Is Jay dead? Is he alive? Is this a money-making scheme? The reports that I'm reading is suggesting that this could be a money-making scheme, that the friends could be involved in it, that the two boys that took him to the Airbnb could be involved in it. Even the mum could be involved in it. I don't know. This is absolutely crazy. But do comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this situation. If I do get any more updates, I will react to it and give you guys another video. So make sure you hit the like button. Do subscribe to the channel if we are new. Turn your notification bells on. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Peace.